Sometimes your heroes are fully rendered 3D actors. Sometimes, especially if you like retro style, your heroes are a bunch of pixels or even a simple shape. And that's why we're here with Lucas, who's showing us Flat Heroes. What's Flat Heroes about?
Well, as you said, your description is quite accurate. It's a very, very simple game in the settings, in the controls, but at the same time it's quite polished in every single level. So it's a multiplayer game versus and cooperative. You have to join your friends, and in the cooperative mode you have to defeat some enemies across different levels, or in the competitive mode you have to fight in different, and like 5 different modes, one against the other, to see a typical couch game, to see what's the best.
So the mechanics is pretty much like a platformer, but then you have this shield to protect yourself, and in each level there is some enemies or dangers or hazards you have to avoid, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's pretty much. We focus all the design in the movement. We want it to feel very fluid when you take the control. So you can do a lot of things, but in a very easy way. You can move around this scenario, you can wall jump, and also you can stick to the walls or even stop in the air. And then also, as you said, you can attack. But the idea is to focus on the movement, so to move, to avoid, to dodge the enemies, and to finish the level with these abilities, and in the last time you can attack too.
And the goal for each level is to survive, and if I'm correct, only just if one player survives, you pass the level, right?
Yeah. We want to enforce this co-op thing, so everyone can play. The game is challenging, but if you are playing at your house, you are with your girlfriend, and your girlfriend don't used to play it, you can say, hey, take a controller. And she always is going to help you. She's going to be there because there is no punishments for more players, but it's more fun. So the idea is to be completely cooperative, and as you said, as long as one finishes the level, the level is clear.
And when you're playing multiplayer, there is a collision as well.
Yeah.
So you can, it's cooperative, but you can be a bit...
Obviously, I was talking about the cooperative mode. Yeah, if you don't want to be that kind, you can choose the competitive mode. Yeah, the one that you were talking about is battles. So you have the kind of skill that you was talking before is the attack. So you can attack one player or another, and it's quite quick. It's like 2 frames thing, so everything is super fast. We want to have this kind of feeling like Super Meat Boy, but in a multiplayer local game.
What's happening on the screen right now?
In the screen is the cooperative mode that we were talking about. There is the blue square, who is still alive, and we also see the chunks of the yellow player. Now the blue die, and now they are both on the screen, and they are trying to survive this bunch of enemies, arrow enemies, that they are coming to you. It's going to be kind of a quick level, like 30 seconds, very, very intense, and blue player is doing very well at this point. See what? Yeah, now it's finished because they destroyed all the enemies.
How many levels are you planning for the final game? And is there any kind of endless mode?
There is plans for them. We want to release it on early access and see what the people think. At this moment, we have developed 80 levels with 8 final bosses, and we expect to have around 100 levels for the final version. And depend on what the people are asking when we will do the early access, we will think about another mode or focus more on the competitive, cooperative. The game is pretty much done, but we want to get more feedback about the community and focus in that direction in the game.
You just mentioned the final bosses. How do they work?
Well, when you finish a world that they are around 10 to 15 levels, you have a final boss. Final boss is just a big enemy which have a very, very specific pattern, and we want to recover that thing from all games, that when you arrive to the boss, it's like a boss. You have to stay with them, you have to fight them for a while, and it's going to be difficult. So we want to have to be like a very, very intense experience, especially for the bosses.
So the art style, of course, reminds us of Beat Trip series or VVV or Super Hexagon. And how did you approach the graphical design and this minimalistic retro style?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It reminds you another games, but to be honest, we focus more on new design trends like flat design or material design from Google. Actually, we read a lot about Google material design documents, and they are very good. And that's our main focus. It's not the shapes or the geometric, but we focus on the animations to make it super fluid and also intuitive. This kind of aesthetics is very good to give the player a good feedback, because as the screen is so simple, you can focus the attention in the bits that you really want to be focused.
But you guys, besides being an indie team, an indie studio, you had some AAA studio background, right?
No, that's true. We have kind of a long story of development. I started working on 011. I did a few Vita games. I worked on Frozen Synapse and a bit of Limbo on the port. And then I moved to Traveler's Tale, where I meet my partner in the
TT Games.
Yeah, 3T games, Lego games. We made a lot of Lego games, like 10 or 10. I can't remember. You start with Lego Marvel, and the last one, well, Lego Marvel, Lego Hobbit, Lego Batman, Jurassic Park, and the last one that I did was Lego Dimensions. And yeah, we choose quit the industry for a while because we really want to do for us the whole game, not just a specific part. We have a very great time on the big industry, but now it's time to focus on our own experience and offer the kind of game that we will really like to play.
When will be the early access version ready?
We are going to be in a Steam greenlight in 1-2 weeks from now. We are working on the trailer and making everything well done. And after that, when we will get early access, it will be 1-2 weeks. When we will get the greenlight, we will be on early access in 1-2 weeks.
Besides PC, which platforms can we spec the game on?
Yeah, we have an agreement with Sony. So when we finish the early access stage and we are sure that the game is in the stages that we want to be, we will release it on PS4, hopefully Xbox One as well, and Steam. And Nvidia Shield is coming as well.
Any chance for PS Vita, perhaps?
Yeah, we are thinking in a single-player experience, and PS Vita can fit very well with the kind of game that we are doing, especially for the consoles. So yeah, we are looking forward, and possibly, if we have the chance, we will go for Vita as well.
Thank you very much for your time, and good luck with the game.
All right, thanks a lot, and have a nice Gamelab.